All right, guys, what's happening? What's happening? It is Monday, January 10th, 2022. And this morning, we're going to talk about your routine. What does your routine look like? And how your routine will predict your future. There's a lot to unpack on this one, guys. I've been studying this for years and years and years. And some of the most successful people, some of the most fulfilled people, the people making the biggest impact in this world, they are all following some sort of a routine. And so that's what I want to unpack with you guys this morning. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, what's happening, guys? Happy Monday to you. It is good to be here with you guys. And this morning, we're going to talk about, something that is near and dear to my heart, something that I think is one of the most overlooked things when it comes to business or life or, just how we do things, how we show up, how we're able to get to the next level. Routine is a huge indicator of success, right? If you were to go follow some people around, if you were to go look at, how somebody shows up in life, you look at the results of how somebody shows up. What you don't see when you look at the result is you don't see the work that was put in. You don't see, the consistency at which that individual shows up with. And you don't see exactly the playbook or the plan of how this all came about, right? And to me, routine has been my best friend when it comes to progress. Routine has been the thing that has grounded me when things are most hectic. It's the place that I go back to when things get off track. It is arguably the foundation of everything that I've ever been able to create. Routine is at the core of that. And so I wanted to talk about this with you guys this morning because of how important I believe it is, how important it will be to your future. And so that is the title this morning, is Your Routine Predicts Your Future. And so I ask you guys, what do you do every single day? What does that look like for you? How does every day look? Is it consistent? Is it inconsistent? How are you showing up? What does it look like? We're going to unpack that this morning in a couple of different ways. But first, as always, I want to say good morning to some folks. Dan Hill, what's happening, man? Good morning to you too, brother. Ed, Scott Rhodes, Jared Bird, Daniel Good, Gary, Keith, David, Christina, Trisha, Steve. No kidding, man. The heart attack kids, right? Good old Ben. He knows how to stretch it out, brother. He knows how to make it last and to get every last drop out of the bottle, right? Todd, what's happening, man? And Dayton Packard, good morning to you guys. So on the topic, guys, of routine, here's what I'm going to tell you. In my life now, my routines, what I do, when I do it, how I do it, for the most part, 99% of my life is extremely predictable. If you were to walk around with me every single day, you would see me week in and week out doing a lot of the same things. With that said, I've gotten to a point where even whether it's in business or in life, with my kids, the things that we try to change in my children. So the things that, whether it's something that they're doing that we want to break or something that we want to encourage that we want them to do more of, the routine of how we do that, the consistency of how we do that determines how quickly that will be implemented. In the office, how we show up there, what we're doing, how consistently we're doing it. The activity that we deliver every day with routine, with discipline, will determine how successful we are 30 days from now, 60 days from now, 90 days from now. So I want you to remember something. The routine that you have today, you will not see a lot of results from today. You will not see a lot of results from this week. You will not see a lot of results from that next week. But when you show up, and this is the thing that I'm probably one of the things that I'm most proud of in my life, is that I have shown up consistently for years at this point, right? So consistency over a period of years has allowed my life to become extremely predictable. Like, I know exactly what we have to do in business to be able to get the result. You know, our core team has been working together for an extended period of time. Most of the people on our team have been around for 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. So it's become predictable. Our routine and what we install in our company will produce results at this point. If we install something, what we intend to get, we will get. That is even true with new people on our team. So as we bring in some new people this year, those people will be absorbed by the routines of our company. Those people will be uplifted by the routines of our company. They'll start to feel comfortable. Comfortable leads to confidence. Confidence leads to performance. It's the culture of routine that is at the foundation of that. So I want you guys to think about that in your own life or in your business. What does that look like for you? How consistent or inconsistent is your routine, and how do you dial that in? Because here's what I'm going to tell you guys. If you're in sales and you pick up the phone today and you make 100 phone calls, but tomorrow you do nothing. The next day you make 50 phone calls, but the next day you do nothing. The next day you do nothing. The next day you think about making phone calls. The inconsistency is what will get you. But if you show up every day and you put in the work, my favorite quote, you cannot show up and do all the right things and get the wrong results. It's just not how it works, guys. And so your future is determined by your routine, by what you implement on a daily, weekly, monthly basis that allows you to show up as your best. So the first thing I challenge you to do is to think about, what does that look like? Over a 30-day period, over the next 30 days, what does it look like if you are dialed in at the highest level? What activity do you need? How do you need to show up? What time do you need to be in the office? How many calls do you need to make? How many handwritten cards should you be sending? What is it that you should be doing on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis in order to perform at your best? And then ask yourself, over the past handful of months or in 2021, how did you show up? How would you rate yourself? What does that look like? These are the things, guys. Routine is your future. Your routine and how you show up, how consistently you are showing up every day, it will predict your future. And I tell you guys this about myself because I didn't realize what was happening until it was happening, to be honest. Like, I just watched other people having extensive routines, having very detailed routines in how they did things. And so I duplicated that. And I just literally got so busy that I just kept doing it, right? I just kept showing up. I just dialed in that schedule and I just kept showing up. And every year I would look back and be blown away at what I saw, at what the results were, how much our company was growing, how much our team was growing, both in numbers, but personally, in their skill sets, in the way that they show up. And so if you don't have a routine today, if everything is kind of all over the place and you're just reacting to the things that happen in your life, I'm here to tell you, here's the harsh reality, guys. You will never achieve what those people you admire are achieving. If you don't have a plan and you're not executing on that plan and you are only reacting to the things that other people are throwing at you, trust me, I was one of these people for most of my life. I was talented. I was blessed with the gift of gab. I could talk to people. I could react to things. I was fast in a lot of different ways. You know, on a computer, I could get a lot of things done. I was naturally fairly organized. But it wasn't until I dialed in this plan that I was able to perform at the highest level. And so if you're one of those people, if you're depending on somebody else's plan, or you're waiting for somebody else to tell you what to do, or you kind of have a plan, but you allow yourself to break it all the time, I promise you, you will never be happy with the end result. You will never perform at the level of those people that you admire. And you'll constantly be wondering, man, what is missing? Why can't I earn this amount of money? Why can't I have this in my life? Why can't I do this? It's all foundational, guys. Those people didn't get there by accident. People don't get dropped on top of the mountains that you see them or perceive them to be on top of. It's how they've shown up day after day, year after year, that has put them there. Nobody, I don't know anybody that is performing at a level that I admire that doesn't have a routine. So ask yourself this question. If somebody was to follow you around every day and watch what you do, like every move, watch what you do. How much are you relaxing? How much are you on Facebook? How much are you shopping on Amazon? How much are you doing whatever it is that you do that nobody knows about or that you wouldn't want somebody to know about? What would it look like if somebody followed you around? What if you had a GoPro strapped to your head all day long? What if you had a body camera like the police officers do? What would your routine look like? Would you be proud of it? Or are there some things that you should be dialing in your life to take things to the next level? Because here's the deal, guys. It's a lot simpler than you think to achieve at the highest level. Simpler. It's not easy. It takes work. It takes discipline. It takes a massive amount of frequency and consistency of doing a lot of stuff. But your routine, how you show up every day, predicts your future. If you have a routine that's all over the place, your future is unpredictable because you're unpredictable. If you have a routine that's dialed in, that is consistent, that you're showing up in the same way every single day, your future, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. When I have coaching calls with people, the first thing I start to ask them, I'm digging around for what is it that they are doing every day, every week. In fact, one of the guys who is the most concerned with his future that I get the pleasure of interacting with just booked a call this morning. And in the notes, it said, I want to talk about routine. I'm paraphrasing. There was a lot more to it. It said, I want to talk about routine and what I should be doing. I wanted to know all the details of what I should be doing to lead my company at the highest level. That's somebody that gets it, man. That's somebody that's looking for a higher gear, that's already performing at a high level, but is looking for what are the things I can tweak to show up better for myself, for my team, for everybody around me, for my family, for my spouse. What is it that I need to do? So I want you to ask yourself that question. In 2022, how are you going to show up? How are you going to show up? And what does great, what does exceptional look like? When you put in a week of work, you get to the end of the week, you get to Friday at 5:00. What does it look like when you have dominated this week? What does it look like when you could check the box and say, like, dude, great job. You crushed it this week. When you figure out what that looks like and you write it down, your only job at that point is to show up and to do those things. This is the secret, guys, of how we have built our company, how our team at the Pavement Group has been able to achieve at a high level. And I would argue that not every person in our company is great at this, at the routine. But we have implemented a company routine that has enabled people to have consistency and predictability in every week, in communication that allows people to come together, to speak their mind, to get the issues out in front of each other, to get things moving with consistency and frequency. Now ask yourself, you're part of a team that has that frequency and consistency, but do you have it? And is it at the highest level that it can be, so that at the end of the year, you can look back and say, for sure, I rang the bell, I did my best, and I showed up the way that I was supposed to show up based on what excellence looks like every single day. That's what we're all after, guys. That routine will get you to where you want to be faster than anything else in this world. All the knowledge, all the motivation, all the things that go along with progress, right? All the activity, it has to be done with a routine. It has to be done with consistency, or it means nothing. Because that one customer that you're chasing, that you need to take your business to the next level, if you don't show up on Tuesday, that customer happens to be looking for you on Tuesday, you lose. That's why I am maniacal about showing up every single day, about putting in the work every single day with as much frequency and consistency as we possibly can. I hope this message found you well this morning. I hope that it impacted some people. Leave some comments, man, if this had an impact on you. If you are listening on the podcast, man, I would really appreciate it if this message helped you at all. If you would share this out to somebody who hasn't listened to our show yet. If somebody that you know could benefit from these messages, man, you never know what kind of change you can make in somebody's life just by sharing this episode with them. Just by being able to get the right information to the right person at the right time, you can change somebody's life. When you change somebody's life, everybody's lives around them change. So I encourage you guys to share this show with as many people as possible. One person at a time. That's how we build this audience. And you guys have done an incredible job doing it. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. This message is one that's near and dear to my heart. And I believe that this is the missing piece in so many people's next level of success, next level of fulfillment, next level of stepping into who they're supposed to be. And so I encourage you guys to share this to your pages, share the podcast episode. If you're on YouTube, tag somebody in the comments, leave a comment. Man, I just appreciate the support, man. I appreciate you guys showing up here every morning, interacting in the comments, leaving the reviews that you leave, sending me the DMs that you've sent me over the years here. 446 times we've been together in the morning. And it just means the world to me to be able to start my day with you guys. And so I thank you for that. I thank you for sharing this time with me. I hope this message was impactful. And until next time, guys, I will see you again tomorrow morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. I love you guys. Thanks for being here.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, And then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.